Imagine being 17 years old, sitting at your uncle's kitchen table, with nothing but a dream and a name you stitched together from your initials and the farm you grew up on. No investors, no mentors, no roadmap. Just a kid from rural Sweden who refused to believe that good things had to cost a fortune. That kid would go on to build one of the most recognized brands on the entire planet. And the way he did it, well, that's the part nobody really talks about. Ingvar Kamprad was born in 1926 in a small Swedish town called Agunnaryd. His family didn't have much. Money was tight, and even as a young boy, Ingvar felt the weight of that. So he decided to fix it himself. At 5 years old, he was selling matchboxes to his neighbors. At 7, he was riding his bicycle door to door, selling fish, Christmas decorations, plant seeds, whatever people needed. He had figured out something most adults take years to learn. Buy low, sell higher, and always give people something they actually want. By the time he was 14 and away at boarding school, he had turned his bed into a storefront. Stationery, wallets, watches, belts, all tucked underneath, sold quietly to classmates who needed them. His teachers thought he was studying. He was running a business. When he graduated at 17, his parents gave him a gift. Not a watch, not a little cash for a celebration. They gave him the registration fee to start his own company. Because they had seen something in their son that the world hadn't caught up to yet. In 1943, Ingvar Kamprad founded IKEA. The name was stitched together from the 4 most important pieces of his world. I and K for Ingvar Kamprad, E for Elmtoryd, the family farm, and A for Agunnaryd, the town where he grew up. It wasn't just a brand name. It was a declaration of where he came from and what he was fighting for. His first products were pens and watches, sold through the mail. Humble, scrappy, and for a while, it worked. But Ingvar noticed that pens and watches weren't going to take him where he wanted to go, so he put his savings into furniture. Then came a moment so simple, so almost accidental, that it's hard to believe it became the foundation of a global empire. Ingvar was preparing a table to ship to a customer. The table was large, awkward, expensive to send. So he removed the legs, packed everything flat, and shipped it that way. The customer could put it back together at home. That one small decision became the flat pack system. Furniture designed to break down, pack efficiently, and be assembled by anyone at home. It lowered costs for the company, lowered prices for customers, and created a completely new kind of shopping experience. His vision was not complicated. He wanted to give ordinary, hard-working families the kind of comfortable home life that used to be reserved for people with money. That vision crystallized in 1958 when he opened the very first IKEA store in Sweden. Here's something most people don't know. That first IKEA logo, back in 1951, was red. The blue and yellow colors we all recognize didn't arrive until 1983. And then there were the product names. Those strange, wonderful Scandinavian names that make people smile and occasionally stumble. The reason is deeply personal. Ingvar had dyslexia. Numerical product codes were difficult for him to remember, so instead, he named products after towns, cities, and islands drawn from Scandinavian geography. It solved a problem, and it accidentally gave IKEA one of the most distinctive identities in retail history. He also noticed that hungry customers would leave before finishing their shopping, so he put restaurants inside. Today, those Swedish meatballs are not just food, they are a ritual. Over the decades, IKEA kept reinventing itself, stepping into smart home technology and launching an augmented reality app that let customers place virtual furniture into their actual rooms before buying a single thing. In 2018, Ingvar Kamprad passed away at 91 years old. The world paused because it understood what it had lost. But a vision strong enough doesn't die with one person. Today there are more than 400 IKEA stores on every continent, every single one built on the same promise. A 17-year-old boy made at a kitchen table in rural Sweden that a beautiful, comfortable home should not be a privilege. Ingvar didn't start with money or connections or a famous last name. He started with a bicycle, a box of matchboxes, and the unshakable belief that ordinary people deserve something better. He never stopped believing that. And because he didn't, neither did the company he built. That is what IKEA really is. Not just flat-pack furniture and meatballs and names you can never quite pronounce. It is proof that one stubborn kid from a struggling family could look at the world and decide, quietly and completely, to change it. If this story hits you, subscribe. There's plenty more where that came from.